You ever lose someone and keep telling yourself, if it was meant to be, it would have been? You say it out loud, but deep down, you don't believe it, do you? Because you still replay the what ifs, the things you could have said differently, the ways you could have shown up better. You think maybe timing was off, or maybe you just were not enough yet. But here's the truth no one likes to hear. You don't lose people who are meant for you. You only lose the versions of people who were never ready to meet you at your level. And if that already hit, subscribe because I will help you understand how emotional power starts when you finally stop chasing what's not choosing you. You see, you cannot really lose what's aligned with your evolution. Sometimes the person stays, but the alignment dies. Sometimes the love was real, but the timing wasn't. And sometimes the connection was only meant to wake you up, not walk with you forever. When people leave, your mind sees loss, but your higher self sees space being made for who you are becoming. You didn't lose them, you graduated the lesson they carried. We love to romanticize the idea of the one, but most of the time it's not that they were the one, it's that they were the one who mirrored your wounds the loudest. They cracked you open, okay, forced you to confront yourself, and that intensity felt like fate. But if you strip away the drama and potential, what's actually left? Did you feel safe? Like, did you feel seen without earning it? If not, it wasn't destiny, it was development. The one does not complete you, okay? They complement your peace, not compete with it. Even when you know something isn't right, it still hurts like hell to let go. Because grief does not just come from losing the person, it comes from losing the fantasy. You are mourning the future you built in your mind. That imagined version of them who would have finally changed, who would have finally stayed. But that future was never real. And holding on to it keeps you living in emotional debt. You keep paying interest on a story that's already over. Letting go isn't about not loving them anymore. It's about accepting that love alone isn't always enough. Sometimes rejection isn't a loss, it's protection. It's life saying, you have outgrown this lesson. You wanted the story to keep going, but life saw chapters you could not yet imagine. You thought you were losing something sacred, but life was protecting you from stagnation. When someone walks away, the ego screams, basically like, why me? But the soul whispers, watch. Because one day you will understand why it had to end exactly when it did. You will look back and realize the closure you were begging for was always coded inside their silence. Everything that leaves creates a vacuum, and life hates vacuums. Something new always enters the space, but it cannot arrive while you are clinging to what's gone. You say you want new love, new peace, new alignment, yet you keep rehearsing the old version of yourself. You cannot receive from the next chapter while still defending the last one. Sometimes the universe removes what's familiar just to prove you can survive without it. That's not punishment. That's alignment. We think meant to be means meant to stay, but sometimes meant to be means meant to teach. Some people are karmic catalysts. They appear to activate your growth, not guarantee your future. The timing wasn't wrong, my friend, it was right for your evolution. They left when their role ended. You're not abandoned, you are released. And yes, I know that release hurts. It hurts bad. But pain is how the soul sheds what it's outgrown. Every heartbreak has an undercurrent of liberation if you let it finish its work. You have to stop measuring your worth by who stayed. You don't prove your value through who chooses you. You prove it by who you refuse to chase when they stop. Every time you hold on to someone who is walking away, you tell life you don't trust what's next. Let them go with grace, not bitterness. You don't need to delete the memory. You just need to stop worshipping it. Healing isn't pretending you never cared. It's finally caring more about your peace than their presence. Here's how you know you have healed. Okay, you stop needing their closure to feel complete. You stop checking if they have changed. You stop waiting for the maybe one day. You just breathe, and that breath, that peace, that's you returning to your own energy. That's detachment, not denial. And ironically, that's when they usually come back. Not because they are meant for you, but because they finally noticed what your absence feels like. But by then, you have outgrown the need for their validation. You have become the version of you that no longer fits that story. The older you get, the more you realize the goal isn't forever. It's alignment. Forever without alignment is chaos. But alignment, even if it's brief, will change your whole trajectory. Some souls come into your life to remind you how deep you can feel. Others come to remind you how much you observe to be met. Both are necessary, but not all are meant to stay. You can love someone deeply still know your journey continues elsewhere. You don't lose people who are meant for you, okay? You lose people who were meant to guide you to yourself. They were chapters, not conclusions. You were never abandoned. You were redirected. So stop asking why they left. Start asking what their absence is teaching you. Because the people meant for you won't require shrinking. Know that, okay? They won't make you question your worth. They won't walk away the moment love asks for depth. You will know they are meant for you because peace will stay even when passion cools. Because you won't feel like you are constantly proving you belong. So breathe. You didn't lose them. You just made room for who's next. And for once, that includes you.